It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and we've got CeeDee Lamb. He rises when it matters most as he comes in third in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Commanders and the Ravens, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now Dobbins again on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On third down, Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is taken at the 23. And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20. So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number one, including himself.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Back to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And the Commanders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on third down, in particular not letting third and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on first and second down as well to get to third and manageable and make them able to pick up those first downs. Now here we are, first and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive.
2nd and goal from the 1. Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Point after here coming up. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture. in the AFC.
Well, here we sit, Week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Jackson to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. 2nd and 9 now. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now here come the Ravens. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. The fullback Janovich on the handoff. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
And that's on the guard, Cody Ford.
Now it's Jackson.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
Now a handoff to the fullback Janovich. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
He was brought down by Cole Holcomb.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 45-yard line. Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He was brought down at the 26. It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They run it again with Janovich. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the 1st half here, a long way to go.
Again, it's Robinson. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter.
And the Washington 1st down.
Robinson up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2.
As they've got it 2nd and 7. Looking to throw.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They'll set up a throw.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. Instead of a 3rd-and-1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, you hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 24-yard line.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 2nd and 2. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Quez Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's 21-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick-6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick-6.
Extra point attempt to come here. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Another carry for the fullback, Janovich. Well, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him.
Well, you don't often see a lot of first down carries by a fullback, and this is probably why. Often better suited for short yards and goal line types of situations. This last carry went for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now it's Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39.
They go play action with Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Robinson on a give right side. And credit the tackle to Theo Jackson.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Going to be caught downfield by Dotson.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And he's got room.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 59 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Touchdown, Washington. Quez Watkins
With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead.
What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Ravens ready to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Well, they've gone to the... And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
2nd and 3.
Touchdown!
CeeDee Lamb.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, I mean, at this point, what more do we say here? I got nothing.
And you know, so many people talk all the time about having announcer-less games, and they want that. This could be a candidate for it, because if we stay here and do this, we're going to have a lot to fill in the 2nd half.
There's still another half.
Point after try forthcoming. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
And the Ravens taking the field.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And the Baltimore first down.
Jackson now. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Here's Jackson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Let's go now. Check. Alert.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And some room to roam now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
84 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
Come on. Hey. Ready, go.
He'll look to throw. Caught on the slant. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr.
with career touchdown number 75.
And the Commanders extend their lead yet again.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a route is on here in this first half. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Play action. It's Jackson.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a round. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. 3 Tua Tagovailoa touchdown passes there. From there, we'll head to Buffalo to check on what's happening with the Bills at Highmark Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that game all even as they host the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. Second half starts with a run by Gibson.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Second and 5. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here.
Throws the out route and finds Claypool. And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
5 yards on the play.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
31 yards.
And the Commanders are pouring it on. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And this one too low.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff to the fullback Janovich. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
2nd and 9 now. This will be caught by Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
A 1st down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
At the 41-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
They'll run with Robinson. 159 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brings up second and goal.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. It's their quarterback, scoring on the 2-yard keeper.
And the Commanders have got it on cruise control.
And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They run it with Janovich, the fullback. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight-line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
They run it again with Janovich. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struck.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards. So rush comes and they block it. It's picked up. Remember, the ball is live.
And he is into the end zone for a Commanders touchdown.
A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of a yard.
Another carry for the fullback, Janovich. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
The Ravens send their punter out now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And we'll see what he can do on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
The 2nd down pass. Complete to C.D. Lamb.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A gain of 9 yards.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit them quick. A little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The fullback Janovich on the handoff. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Brought down at the 42-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. He gets it left side to Johnson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Robinson with another carry.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Now Brown, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw, and he'll just get rid of it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flush to his right.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson now. Johnson with a completion over the middle.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Jackson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Again, Jackson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Tucker's kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
Down to about the 45.
Brian Robinson, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Again, it's Robinson. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Right side, Claypool's got it. He's got room past the 30. Down the sideline he goes. Chase Claypool racing to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Chase Claypool, 96 yards. And the Commanders add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
And now here come the Ravens.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Jackson's pass complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Washington.
And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 38.
181 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the 1st.
They'll look to throw here.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he is going to have the Washington 1st down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th.
A gain of 3 on the play. And the Commanders 1st down.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Washington, they finished the regular season with another win. They're 15th against just 2 losses.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Baltimore,
they wanted desperately to finish above 500.